True, excuse me. In true typical fashion, getting interrupted every time I try to narrate is something that happens a lot apparently. Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Sam Raven. So today we're doing the deck profile for the Crystal Beast. I want to apologize for the lack of uploads these last couple of weeks. Um, it was really just that I was really burnt out on playing Yu-Gi-Oh for a little bit, just because I was constantly playing against decks like Burn and Exodia and shit like that, and I just didn't want anything to do with that because, like, you'll see in some of the recordings, I just kind of skip board, and it's constantly like, with the exception of like, cause I mean, it was basically like if I didn't have Chaos Dragons in between this and Crystal Beasts, sorry, Black Wings and Crystal Beasts, I probably would have lost my mind. But either way, let's get started with this deck profile. Starting off, we have two Haman. Haman is basically a boss monster. I'm not playing Rainbow Dragon, as you can see. Rainbow Dragon is, I do play a build that does use Rainbow Dragon, but I mean, it's here nor there. Um, but Haman, he's a 4K level 10, and basically by attributing 3 face-up spell, um, continuous spell cards, you can special summon him. Whenever he destroys a monster at battle, he inflicts 1,000 points of damage, which is okay, awesome. And if he's in defense mode, he's the only monster that can be targeted, which helps out so much for attacks. That is. Next is your quote-unquote Stratos of the deck, Crystal Beast Pegasus, Sci-Fi Pegasus. When he is normal summoned, you add one Crystal Beast monster to your spell and trap card zone. This goes off with a huge play with Crystal Promise because it basically lets you any card that you want, and it gets you into and exceeds. One Mammoth, 1700. He is basically your Ring of Magnetism. It's a kind of a great thing to do is using this and Crystal Release just to buff him up, and then make sure that your opponent can't destroy any of the other monsters. Triple Topaz Tiger. He is basically a 2K beat stick when he attacks. Nothing else to say about him. Cobalt Eagle is, you probably won't use his effect, which is you can once per turn return one Crystal Beast on the field to the top of your deck, which actually does have a huge use because you can recycle Phoenix, or sorry, Pegasus. So basically, if he's in your spell and trap card zone, you can send him to the top of the deck and you're going to draw it next turn. Which then allows you to, if this thing survives, get off more plays. Two Summoner Monks, you play a hefty amount of spell cards. You should have no problem finding something to sack this card. Since majority of your deck is 4s, with the exception of Haman and Ruby, you're safe to do stuff like that. Ruby is a huge playmaker. She's special summoned. You get special summon as many Crystal Beast monsters from your spell and trap card zone. Really great card. And this is basically your your exceeds level 3, rank 3 exceeds. It's the only rank 3. Triple Promise. Promise, like I said, allows you to target one Crystal Beast in your spell and trap card zone and special summon him. Blessing allows you to target up to 2 monsters in your graveyard and put them into your spell and trap card zone. One Dark Hole, I'll probably end up taking that out real soon. Rare Value is a really decent card. What it does is if you have two Crystal Beasts in your graveyard on your spell and trap card zone, 2 or more, your opponent has to send one of them to the graveyard. They choose, and then you can draw 2 cards. So it's draw power for the deck. One Crystal Abundance, basically your big OTK maker. Because if you have 4 or more Crystal Beasts in your spell and trap card zone, well, 4, because you can't have more, because then you won't be able to activate it. But it allows you just to destroy all cards on the field, and then special summon as many Crystal Beasts as you destroyed on your opponent's side of the field, monster card-wise. That was a bit of a jumble. When terraforming, this allows you to search a field spell, triple Crystal Beacon, What it does is you can special summon one Crystal Beast monster, but you have to control 2 or more Crystal Beasts in your spell and trap card zone. So this plus Blessing is just a really amazing combo. This is usually how you get out your rubies, if they're not already in your spell and trap card zone, so what you can use. Beacon, or Promise. 2 MST, nothing much to say about that. 1 Crystal Release, it gives 800 attack points to any Crystal Beast monster, plus when it is destroyed, or plus when it leaves sent from the field to the graveyard, place 1 Crystal Beast monster from your deck into the spell and trap card zone. Triple field spell. The Ancient City Rainbow Ruins. Huge list of effects, ranging from, if you have 1, this card cannot be destroyed by card effects. 2, once per turn you can have battle damage, which is a really great one to have. 3, spell trap card activation. You can send 1 Crystal Beast monster you control to the graveyard, negate the activation, and destroy it. So that's pretty good. 4, once per turn during your main phase, you can draw 1 card. This is stackable if you have multiple ones in your hand or something. And last but not least, if you have 5, I hate how they say 5 plus. You can special summon 1 of your Crystal Beast monsters from your spell trap card zone, which usually would be this guy. 1 Bottomless, 1 Mirror Force, Gentle Tribute. Both of these could probably come out. 1 evac and 1 warning. Into the Exceeds deck, extra deck, Exceeds deck. What the fuck? 1 Ragnar Zero. I really like number 103 because it does help just pop cards. It's really situational because nowadays nothing's really point increasing. When Cool Hordes come out, okay, so that works out because once the Cool Hordes come out, this card's gonna be pretty decent. And it's not that if it's sent to the graveyard, if it's just destroyed, period, you get to draw a card. Corn, because no clue. I mean, it really has. These 2 cards here are really kind of out of season because basically these were for 2 different formats. Like, this card really doesn't have a place now because it was mainly for the hands, and everything else now gets destroyed. It gets its effect when it's sent to the graveyard by card effect, so it's really kind of situational. And this one was for like back when fire fists were a huge thing, which they could be because they brought back Wolfbark 3, so there is a potential of it doing something, but I'm not sure. You should probably already tell. 101, 1 copy of him, pretty standard. Harpy's Pet Mirage Dragon could be made with Eagle and Pegasus. Requires 3. Ice Beast Zero Fang can only be made with the Eagles. And basically, Harpies just allows you to get out a monster that just can't be targeted, and you just get a swing for 2k every turn. And Ice Beast Zero Fine, he's just a really great card, and what it does is allows you to detach 1 Exceeds material and negate the effect of all face-up cards your opponent controls, which is spell and trap cards. And then it gains 300 attack points for every face-up card on the field, except for himself, which is a really great thing, just because he boosts up. He's already a 2k attack, so it's pretty decent when he gets up, because especially like when there's a lot of shit on the field. 1 Heartland Draco for OTK pushes. Gastel, spinning card back to the deck. Dire Wolf, pop a card. Since a lot of your monsters are either Wing Beast or Beasts, you can actually target 1 of your Crystal Beasts, and then they get sent to the spell and trap card zone because they're destroyed. Triple Lightning Chidori. This is a really good card. Be made with Pegasus and Cobalt Eagle. When this card is Exceed Summon, target 1 set card your opponent controls, return that to the bottom of the deck. This card effect does not cost anything. Once per turn, you can attach 1 Exceed and spin a card to the top of the opponent's deck. So, then you basically just return 1 face-up card on your opponent's control and return that to the top of the deck. So basically a 4th Castell. So, pretty nice. Cowboy for game, Levier, really, it's rare that you make a rank 3 because you only have the two. But you have Livier, a Leviathan Dragon, just because it's a 2K beat stick or 250. It's a 2,500 attack beat stick. Basically, like the only time you really get it out is if you already had one spell trap card zone, and then you summon another one. And obviously, if you're trying to push, you wouldn't keep two fucking carbuncles on the field. Um, Alucard popping shit and Sandmanes for defense. Like I said, it's very rare that you'll get out a rank 3, but you have the possibilities to. So that's gonna be it for the action for the deck. As normal, I don't show an extra deck because I don't play sets. I only play singles, so I don't really have one built for this deck. And it'd be kind of hard to build one for this deck because a lot of times you wouldn't want to. I mean, technically you could play Macrocosmos, but you really wouldn't want to, because even though they don't get sent to the graveyard immediately, there's a potential once they get destroyed again, they go, and you don't have any way of recurring them. Same with Dimensional Fissure. You wouldn't want to stun Ruby. Plus, you really don't want to play that many trap cards, and that was one of the biggest things, because if you play like a number of trap cards, then you wouldn't be able to, get your Crystal Beasts in the graveyard or into the spawn trap card zone, and then you'd have like 3 trap cards with like a Ruby and then one other card, and then you can't do anything at that point. Which is why I'm only playing the bare minimum, like Staple 4 and then like a Mirror Force just for fucking protection. But you really want to play Light Imprisoning just because it really does hamper this card. Dark Shadow Imprisoning hampers this card. I mean, you can. I mean, if you do, like, obviously, Haman would just be a 4K beater just to do nothing else. Just fucking swing. So. But, I mean, obviously, you have the potential. I mean, nothing in the deck is graveyard reliant, so you can easily use Soul Drain super easy in this deck because everything resolves on the field. Ultimately, I don't know. I mean, that's really about it. I mean, you could probably figure out what else you could probably play. I mean, it's all basically the same thing once you get down to it. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed. It's gonna be it for this video. I'll be sure to probably have another video up later on today, just because of time gap which I've been absent. So, guys, hope you enjoyed it, and see you guys later. Peace out.